Hi, warning, there's going to be pictures of feet in recovery from surgery, which can be disturbing to some people. So if that's not your thing, out you go. We'll see you next time. Anywho, this is July 29th, Friday, 2022, and as of yesterday, July 28th, 2022, it has been 5 weeks since I had surgery, bunionectomy, removing a bunion from my right foot, which was on June 23rd, 2022. And I just want to use this video to kind of help people. It's going to be very chatty and it might not be exciting to everybody else. But if you're a person who's considering having bunion surgery, I want to give you a little insight into the recovery. I'm not a doctor, I'm an experiencer, and discuss everything with your doctor, because I did, like when I was working out, which you can go into the little card there or link below to see that video. Everything was approved by my surgeon, and everybody's a little bit different, but we're all a little bit the same too. So I just want to be able to help people and give you any kind of preparation notes, like if you're about to get the surgery or if you're considering it, here are some things I just think that you should know, some things that I learned along the way, and stuff like that. What just occurred to me, I'm going to show you what my foot looked like before, right here. Again, foot picture coming up. I do have some other videos talking about the beginning of the surgery a little bit, which I will also link in the cards and link below. But just so you know, like, it hurt getting the beta blockers. I have a hair. Getting beta blockers are where they put some very big syringes into your leg. If you're getting, apparently, what they told me, anything from the knee down, they are going to shove these beta blockers, which are nerve blockers and receptor blockers, into your upper thigh. And mine was given, right here and right here on the top of my thigh, and they hurt. Getting those and getting the IV in your hand, they said that it's easier to give it in the hand. I think I went over that before, so I'm not trying to overly recap, but this one hurt a lot. I was begging them, like, can you take this out now? But these ones in your thigh, I have big thighs. I worked out a lot before this, and so I have pretty big muscles in my thighs. I just knocked the whole camera over. That hurt a lot, and it hurt me so much that I had started to tear up, and they actually upped my general anesthesia a little bit for tourniquet pain because of that. So I was put under general, not local anesthesia. If you're going through surgery where they're touching bones and stuff like that, you're going to get put under general anesthesia. So if you have asthma or lung problems, or if you can't lay on your back for a long time, those are things to be aware of. They do mention that to you and bring it up to you for your personal needs. I had never had surgery outside of dental work before. I'm 31 years old. I'm in decent health condition. I worked out a lot before I got this done, which was a lifesaver for me. I did some workouts like this to help prepare, especially my left leg. And then here is a picture of me post-surgery foot, the day I got my walking cast. Yeah, it doesn't look good. My dad said my foot looked fake. And I was using this stuff. I gotta reach and get it. Hold on. Okay. This is bio oil. This is what the surgeon told me to use. She said that this helps with scarring. It's very hydrating, and that it helps keep your skin tissue flexible and the skin soft and flexible. And she was very emphatic that I was not to exfoliate. She was like, do not pick, do not rub, do not scrape, do not try to, she said the dry skin and the like over scabbing stuff, which is kind of where the black part is, she said that will all come off on its own. You can risk opening a wound and adding causes of infection, and just like basically making the skin situation worse by doing that stuff. And so what I found really helped me was get the thing off, get the oil on, wrap it back up. That way you're not looking at it and tempted to like touch it. You do get skin cells absolutely everywhere. I went to go take off my ACE bandage, and when I just like moved it, it was like snow. I know that's gross, but that's what happened. Doing things to help strengthen my glutes and my thighs because they were holding up my whole body and stuff like that. And having upper body strength has been amazing for me because of how I have to get up and down the stairs, which I do not do very often, but I will show you. So this is how I went up the stairs. When I had my hard cast, I couldn't put any pressure on the bottom of my foot at all. And so I had to, you know, tricep dip and push my way up the stairs like this with my foot elevated. And so I'm holding this up the whole time I'm going up and down the stairs. And then when I came down the stairs, the exact same thing. I had to slowly just sort of boot scoot my way down. Then I would usually have to be on my knees and get to my scooter, hold the scooter or something else, and push off just with this leg to get onto my scooter. I am wearing shorts, by the way. And so I would need someone else to carry the scooter down the stairs. I had to have my crutches downstairs to use the bathroom. The scooter didn't fit in there. So I would scoot to the hallway and then hobble in. And like I said, I'm thankful that I'm able to have my family who's able to help me with that. Some people judge me for that, but you know, I like having people who trust me and who I trust and who love me to be able to help me in those times. So you're going to need someone. If you live alone, you're going to either need somebody to visit you a lot, you're going to need a neighbor to check on you, a boyfriend, girlfriend, family member, an in-care nurse, visiting nurse, or move in with someone for a while. Because again, this is 5 weeks in and I just got my walking cast on Tuesday. I had a hard cast and obviously I can't carry anything when I'm going up and down the stairs, which is why I don't do it very often. You know, I needed somebody else to bring my phone if I wanted water from downstairs or food or anything. When I'm upstairs, I need someone else to carry things for me because I can't. If I was going downstairs to read a book, well, I need somebody else to bring the book with me. Unless I just wanted to heave it down the stairs, which I don't think is helpful for anybody. But yeah, so you do need assistance. I'm going to show you the shower situation here too, because again, reaching for things, you need to make sure everything's within your touch. So I'm going to show you that real quick. First night with my hard cast. After the surgery, my toes turned purple. I gotta fix the camera again. Sorry, not professional. They turned purple, and so I had to put my foot down for about 20 minutes on a pillow, not flat down. I had it leaning against a pillow on the ground. And then the color returned to normal, and that worked out fine. But that was a little scary. Because then I was like, my foot feels so cold and I feel really numb, and my mom went to go check and she was like, oh, your foot is still like this. So that's a thing. And again, I can't leave my house. There are stairs on both sides of my porches and there's stairs leading out. Let me show you. So you see out there are steps and there's a hill, and there's a hill on the front as well. So this is basically how it was looking. I have my cast on. So this is how this was looking. I had to make sure, I recommend that you get, if you're having a surgery, get one of these kind of extended handles instead of just a shower head. I had to make sure all my stuff was within easy reach. I had to make sure that the towels were very close to the edge so I could get them. And I wore a plastic bag with a Velcro wrap because I couldn't get the hard cast wet. And I'll show a picture I think I have of when I was downstairs. We had a standing only shower and how I sat in that, which is very similar to this. So this is the shower. I had to have a lawn chair, and then I had this facing this way. Camera flipping isn't fun for me either, just so you know. But yeah, so getting in and out of my house is very hard. I have to have somebody else hold open the things, even with the crutches, the doors, because I can't hold the crutches and open the doors. I needed to sit down on the ground and, like I said, do the boot scoot thing. and the steps outside are pretty steep and far apart, and so trying to get up and down them was very hard. So you're not going a lot of places. I can't get my hair done, or I couldn't. I can do it now, but for 4 weeks, for a month, I couldn't go get my hair done because I couldn't put my foot flat on the ground. I couldn't get my nails done because there was nowhere for me to keep my foot extended on the scooter to keep it elevated, because I can't keep my foot down. There's not enough room, at least not at my places, to be able to cross my legs to hold my leg up for that amount of time, which wouldn't be good for it anyway. And I didn't go to the store. I couldn't go anywhere. So just be aware that it's almost like the pandemic, only a little bit worse, because everybody else gets to go to work and still have their lives, so it's not like they're available online to play Among Us or anything. I already owned crutches, but the hospital gave me the scooter. I don't know if insurance covered that. I'm sorry, I had to adjust the camera. I don't know if insurance covered that, or if that's just what that hospital did, or what hospitals do. I just know that I was given a scooter after the hospital. They wheeled me out in a wheelchair regardless. But yeah, so looking up, you can buy a scooter online, but they are upwards of $200 to $300. But I'm really thankful I had it. I wouldn't have been able to move around nearly as much with my crutches, because trying to hold up a like 6-pound, 7-pound cast with a very weak, with a weak ankle and everything. Speaking of weak ankle, I'm going to show you a picture of me kind of in that surgery position. My leg is so skinny, it's scary, so just be aware of that. Another picture's coming up. It looked even worse the first day. It looked like a mummy. I recommend having a chopstick nearby, because I needed it to be able to get into my cast to scratch, because my skin was so dry. Like when they cut the cast off, my cast was hot pink, as you could see in the videos and stuff, but even after all the dust was taken off, when I lifted my leg a little bit, for them to put a cloth under it, like the protective cloth, it looked like snow. And the same thing happened with my ACE bandage when I took it off one day when I was getting into the shower, which was just on Tuesday. That was the first time I had to keep my leg with a covered and everything. Like I said, I couldn't get the cast wet, couldn't get my foot and leg wet for a month. So that was the first time that my foot had touched water, and you had to be gentle and everything. And I was trying to use moisturizing shaving cream, moisturizing body wash, being very gentle with it. And like I said, my surgeon recommended bio oil. I already had been using that for a while, so I already had a new bottle that I had just repurchased. But she recommended that to help with the scarring and keep the tissue, the skin, softer and keep it stretchy and flexible as I'm trying to get my mobility back. My leg, as you saw, is so skinny. When I first got it out of the cast, it's only slightly bigger now, but it looks smaller than my wrist, which is very small. And so me trying to stand with the cast for the first time was extremely scary. I was very wobbly, and I sat right back down because I felt insecure. But the surgeon said that that everything looked beautiful. If you look through the eyes of a surgeon, that foot's beautiful. That the stitches went well, and she attributed it to me actually listening to her, that I didn't try to get on my foot, I didn't try to push myself. That's not a time to push yourself. That I listened to her and just did what she told me to do. I stayed off of it, which does mean you're gonna have to be off work for a couple months. So if that's not something you can afford, if you don't have that kind of medical leave, maybe reconsider the surgery. If you have kids that you have to watch and chase after, it's hard to do anything. I could not cook. I can't bend down, let me show you. Okay. So when you're on your scooter, again, I know I can walk on this. I'm doing this for demonstration. I can only bend down so far. I can only reach so far and be on this. I can really only bend down on this side but you know, it depends on where all your stuff is. I have those pillows and those things to help keep my foot elevated, and it does help so much. You will be in so much less pain. As a person who experienced it both ways, keep your foot elevated. It's doing something. Actually, I decided that even after I get the cast off and everything, I'm going to continue to elevate my feet on a regular basis, because I didn't realize how much my left foot had been swollen from, you know, I don't know why it didn't occur to me that bearing the entire weight of my body in various circumstances, like when I had to turn the chair around like this, or not my chair, my scooter. Let me see if I can show you this. Again, it looks discolored because it is. Even if you are a deeper skin tone, you're going to get a discolored foot. That's natural. The doctor said that's just what happens. That weird purpley brown color is what happens to especially the lower extremities when the vascular system is interrupted, and that healing takes a while. And so, you know, you have a swollen foot. There are children outside yelling. So you're going to have a swollen foot, swollen toes, and you're going to need to keep yourself elevated. I'm going to show you a picture of how I kept my foot elevated, my feet elevated at night. It does get better. It does get easier. You get used to those things. But I'm not allowed to walk on the steps right now. People are under the impression, I'm going to talk about the walking cast. Once you get a walking cast, that doesn't suddenly mean you can just go gallivanting off into the world. That's not what that means. You have to slow, because you haven't used your foot in a month or over a month, you know? You have to slowly, like I said, you saw the size of my ankle and the size of my non-existent calf. My left calf is like 5 inches big, and my left calf is about 1 inch. So there's no muscle there anymore. They've gone into almost atrophy. And so you have to rebuild, like get your foot used to having pressure and holding yourself up. And it's a transition, and it's going to be slow. I was told to only take a few steps. You know, when I'm walking around, I need my crutches for support still. I'm going to be like that for a while. I'm supposed to try to take only a couple steps, like a couple more steps each day unassisted. I'm supposed to try to stand up for a long amount of time so, you know, like I can put the pressure. I have an instructional manual with this kind of air cast. There are these little pumps on the side that you pump up, and it actually inflates the bottom of your shoe to give you some extra support, so that when you do stand up, you are supported. But as you saw, like that wasn't me acting or exaggerating. It's just, it's hard to stand up. I don't have any muscle there, and I'm trying to rebuild the usage of all that stuff. And it's only, this is going to be the 3rd full day of me actually being able to do that. So you're not going to be like able to go for long walks or, you know, go for a little mall marathon or anything. I still can't leave my house because I'm still not, it's too much pressure all at once to try to go up and down the stairs like that. My leg, my ankle, my foot's not ready for that. And also, I'm going to show you a picture of a bump that I got on my toe. I believe that I was getting a callus of some kind, or I forget what they're called, like little, I'm sorry to be gross, it grosses me out too, I'm sorry, but yeah, like I was getting one of those on the top of my foot, just because it's all new pressure that it hasn't had in a month. And some people, if they don't listen to the doctor, or if they have if their bones heal a little slower for whatever reason, you might not be ready for a walking cast at 5 weeks. You might have to leave, you know, after they examine the x-rays. They might be like, yeah, we're still not there. We're going to have to leave you in the cast another week or another 2 weeks. And like the recovery, the bone joint recovery part was warned to me that it would be 6 to 8 weeks. And then I would need another couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, depending, to build up again. So I just wanted to let you know that you're gonna need help. You're not gonna be able to put your foot down. It's hard to reach things. Taking a shower is weird. You're gonna need help with so many things that make you feel impotent and stuff like that. You're gonna need to take a lot of time off work. And I was experiencing an extreme amount of pain in my foot where it was hard to sleep, hard to walk, and all of that stuff. So for me, I feel like it's going to be worth it. But that might not be the case for everybody. If you just don't like how your foot looks, I don't think that this is worth the surgery to go through that. Just find prettier shoes in bigger sizes. You know, drag queens have shoes, so you can find shoes that fit you that are pretty. But for me, it was a lot about getting rid of the pain in my joint, and I don't have that pain. It's still a little tender where the bunion was directly removed, but not nearly what it used to be. Even when I am walking now, I'm like, it's just from the stiffness of the joints and the muscles, but I don't have that pain, that stinging pain that I used to have in that spot anymore. And I'm able to sleep. I can take this off to sleep at night. I do keep the ACE bandage wrapped around it. That was recommended. I listened to the recommendations. The stitches coming out really hurt. If I didn't mention that hurt a lot. Because you're not numbed for that. They just kind of have to, you know, again, it's underneath your skin and everything, and they're pulling and snipping. Wasn't fun. And you're not going to be able to shave. So, you know, when I finally got to shave, I was shaving to the gods. And I had a hobbit foot because the hairs were everywhere. I guess I normally didn't pay attention. I don't think I noticed them ever getting that long or anything. But that's my experience. I hope that this helped you. If you have any other questions, you know, leave a comment or whatnot. I'm on Instagram. I'll try to get back to you for those questions. If you just like feet and you want to talk to me about that, that's not what this is about, but there are places you can go for that. I don't know where they are, but I'll just say, I guess, thank you in advance for any foot compliments, but I'm not really interested in talking like that with anybody. So there's that. I hope this helped someone. I hope this helped you, like, feel better. Like, you do get used to things. The cast you get used to really quickly. This cast doesn't hurt when you have it when you're supposed to, and all of that stuff. And I just hope I helped somebody. Bye.